Tougher action against flat owners who refuse to pay for building repairs. Iran's president provokes Israel once again. And Liverpool sale finally completed. Good evening. Flat owners could face criminal charges in future if they refuse to pay for necessary repair works in the common areas of their buildings. The move is part of a new effort to make old buildings safer. Mona Lam has details.
Mona Lam, TVB News.
More details today on restrictions for new residential buildings to prevent developers from drastically increasing the permitted floor area. Meanwhile, Chief Executive Donald Tsang said his latest measures concerning the property market are aimed at stabilising housing prices. Kirti Nandwani reports.
Kirti Nandwani, TVB News.
Tests by the Consumer Council have found that some batteries on sale in Hong Kong contain potentially unsafe levels of heavy metals. The council says there could be a danger to users in the event of leakage and is calling on the government to address the problem. Evelina Leung reports.
Evelina Leung, TVB News.
The Consumer Council has suggested that it should be a criminal offence to demand prepayments for services if the provider is unable to deliver what has been promised to customers. This after the council received more than 700 complaints about yoga studios and fitness centres during the first 9 months of the year. In one case, a customer agreed to a 1-year membership, but was charged for 2 years on his credit card. Staff at the fitness centre then refused to cancel the transaction. In other cases, staff at a fitness centre lured customers by offering free membership and put pressure on them to sign up to all sorts of courses once they showed up, or even stopped them from leaving. One complainant ended up signing a $600,000 contract. Doctors say
Sonia Artero, TVB News.
Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad has delivered a provocative speech right on Israel's doorstep. Ahmadinejad told thousands of Hezbollah supporters in southern Lebanon that Israel's days are numbered. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu responded, saying Israel knows how to protect itself. James Lagilia reports.
James Lagilia, TVB News.
China's future economic model and political succession plan are expected to dominate the agenda of a top-level Communist Party meeting that began in Beijing today. On the economy, the speculation includes environmentally friendly ways of production, more internal consumption instead of export dependence, and more equitable growth and less income inequality. Politically, much of the guessing in Beijing is whether Vice President Xi Jinping will be promoted to the vice chairmanship of the Central Military Commission, cementing his status as favoured successor to President Hu Jintao, who is expected to give up the presidency in early 2013. In sports now, New England Sports Ventures, the group behind the Boston Red Sox, has finally completed a takeover of the Liverpool Football Club. Previous owners, Tom Hicks and George Gillette, had a temporary restraining order withdrawn in Texas, clearing the way for the sale of the team. The men had lost a couple of decisions in British High Court. The injunction in the US was seen as one last attempt to maintain control of the franchise. Hicks and Gillette believe the £300 million deal with NESV undervalues the Merseyside outfit. They still plan to seek $1.6 billion in damages over what they called an illegal buyout. The transfer of ownership has already been approved by the English Premier League. And finally, the weather. Dry with sunny intervals during the day tomorrow and a high of 27 degrees. The outlook mainly fine and dry in the following couple of days. That wraps up our late news. Thanks for joining us. Have a good weekend.